What's going on, guys? Solomon here, coming back with you after a few months, little hiatus from the YouTube stuff. We moved into a new space here. As you can see, I was doing a little time lapse of just cleaning up stuff from moving in. Like, I still really haven't gotten this garage organized or anything, but I wanted to start a new type of series on the channel just to provide just some updates, maybe like monthly, just garage updates, just to, you know, update on some of the projects that I've made some more extensive videos on in the past. As you can see, I do have the R32 in the garage, and if you are looking close enough, there was some things that happened just over the past couple months with it. Long story short, it got rear-ended pretty heavily, you know, destroyed the bumper, got the old one up there. Didn't really damage the frame from what I can tell. Obviously a final inspection will, you know, prove that right or wrong. You can see just kind of how the tub got bent in a little bit, but as far as, you know, the car itself, I'm not going to shut that because I don't have the battery hooked up, but just need to get a few more fasteners to pull this tight to the body of the car, and then hopefully I can find someone that knows how to pull dents out and we can get that dent out of the massive quarter panel there. But that's the big update with this car. Not much has been going on just because it took me months to source one of these bumpers that matches the paint, because I didn't want to have to go through the hassle of painting it with the bumper already being so expensive as it is. You can see we need to get the screws and everything on this side as well. Those will be here soon, hopefully, but all in all, for what this car is used for, you know, a couple trips to Wookiees in the woods, maybe driving events at some point. You know, I'm not looking to sell it, anything like that. So the little cosmetic stuff doesn't really bother me. The engine still runs super strong with the built head, the upgraded valve springs and valves. It's just a car that you can kind of not feel bad about beating on every single time you drive it. So yeah, as you can hear, this car sat for the better part of a year. It's still mechanically, I mean, I haven't whipped it around, but it seems pretty sound still. I mean, the rebuild engine is done beautifully. Bumper looks great, in my opinion, considering the circumstances. So this car, I don't think is going to have any issue to getting the Wookiees in the woods this year. That's really going to be the primary objective over the next month or so. Just tidying everything up. I'm sure I'm going to need to redo the brakes after it's sat, or at least tear them down and just make sure we're good there. Tires, probably going to need to look into it. While they only have a few thousand miles on them, they have been sitting. The car doesn't really get driven, like I said, outside of Wookiees and just some more special events. So looking forward over the next couple weeks to just making some changes here. Obviously, maybe hitting it with a detail. Crazy. All right, let's move on to the car that literally is probably the reason I even started this channel in the first place. The S6. Haven't seen it in a while. Let's go. Last but certainly not least, the RS3, which I have not, I made one video on it actually now that I think about it, but one of the main reasons that I was so, I guess, demotivated with cars, this car was literally in the shop for like 6 months getting timing work done. Don't ask me how it, I guess tensioners broke within there under 60,000 miles, which is very rare from my understanding, but within the past month we did get it back, which is awesome. So yeah, basically this entire power plant came out of this car. I had the timing chains done, a couple different sensors in the head taken care of. You know, the tech that did a really good job of cleaning everything up and making everything look brand new. My only complaint with that was just it did take some time with scheduling and everything like that. But yeah, the RS3 is back. I think honestly it's my biggest priority right now for Wookiees in the Woods. I'd like to bring the RS3 and the R32 down. The R32, my understanding is I want to keep it as stock as possible, to be honest. It has a built head on it, possibly coilovers. The suspension on these cars is so great to begin with. I really don't know how it could get much better. My main priority is the RS3. My two big stretch goals for Wookiees in the Woods, I would love to get a set of K3 coilovers and a switch path exhaust from AWE. So that is like the main item that I would really like to get taken care of. As far as the R32 goes, a lot of videos probably just around some routine maintenance. I do need to get an oil change on it. I need to fix the fuel sensor in the fuel tank. I have no idea how much gas is even in the car right now. I'd like to hop under and mess around with the end links in the rear, because I do get a weird kind of wobble. That happened before the crash, so that was not caused by the rear impact. We'll show kind of just how that frame rail looks under there, seeing how it was hit on that side. I don't really think we're gonna have any issues, but a final inspection will tell the truth. So yeah, basically the main objective over the next couple weeks is just working on these cars. So I'm hopeful that I'm gonna be able to film as much as I possibly can. Like I said, probably the first thing you're gonna see is the exhaust get put on that RS3. We're still running stock exhaust. I do have the 034 Motorsports mid pipes in there, so it's, you know, it's all right. The sound deadening, you can't, when you're at full, you know, throttle and everything like that, if you have some music playing, you literally can't even hear the car, even in dynamic. It's just still a little bit too quiet. And I think the switch path, I think that's going to be perfect, because then we could still go back to quiet if we want, but it'll essentially be straight piped when you switch that valve open on that switch path. I think it's just going to sound really good, especially with the mid pipes. The only muffling really at that point would be the catalytic converter. I think I am going to leave the catalytic converter on for right now, just because the wastegate rattle, if I end up upgrading turbo someday, we're talking years down the line. Just gonna go slow and steady with this one, really feel it out. But with the basically brand new motor at that point, all tore down, brand new timing, everything like that, I feel pretty comfortable to start doing some modifications. So I'm excited. This garage hopefully gets some evolution in here. Still need to bring down majority of my tools from my parents' house and turn this into kind of a full service center. So I'm pretty excited. I still have, there's a project still up at my parents' house that I have not revealed to this channel yet. I don't know if I want to give any hints. Early 2000s Audi sedan, might have 2 turbos on it. I don't know, but main priority right now, R32, RS3, Wookiees in the Woods. Next month and a couple weeks, I think it's like 39, 38 days from today. Yeah, we're back on the grind. So subscribe, like the video, do whatever you want to do. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.